it's straight to the league. I ain't waiting for my knee to blow. Yesterday I was needing this dough. Get it? I was needing this dough.
Did it start out, you were just playing tennis because you loved to play tennis and didn't even think about like, oh, this is going to financially change my life?
Yeah, I've actually never played for money. I just thought you would go out there and you would hold a trophy. Not once did I think about a check. In fact, when I first turned pro, you had to go pick up your check.
You'd win and you have to go to the office. They wouldn't wire it to you.
No, not back then. I never picked it up. So at the end of the year, the tournament directors would literally hand me the check because I would never go get it. I just played for the love of the sport.
Was there anything after winning that Open and getting that Grand Slam? Did you notice anything change for you or more doors open for you after that?
Like I started getting more endorsement opportunities and, talk shows and stuff like that I never had before. And it was completely different. And it just started, ever since then, it's just been a part of my life.
Yeah, so that U.S. Open win obviously empowered you to become who we now know as Serena. I mean, that's what it did. When did you learn about money?
Early on, I learned a lot about money. I learned that, my dad was always so hands-on with me. And it was interesting. He said, I'll never take any money from you, like a fee or anything, but I'm also not going to direct you into what you spend and what you don't spend. It's going to be your decision. Since I was a teenager, I've made every financial decision in my life, and I've had to learn how to make good ones and how to make bad ones, which I think helps you make better ones. And
growing up, did you guys struggle? Did you have money?
I never, ever, ever felt broke. Looking back, I'm like, wow, we lived in a 2-bedroom house.
Oh.
With 7 people.
Wow.
It was, wow. I don't know how my parents were able to make me feel that way, but they did. And that was really something really special. So I never felt when I came into money that I needed to go buy this because I never wanted anything. Mm-hmm. So it was a great way.
What was that feeling like when you got that first $1 million check?
I never touched it.
Never touched it?
Never touched it. I just put it in the bank. And I remember I went through the drive-thru to deposit my check. And then they were like, I think you need to come in for this. And so I ended up going inside. So I was just like...
just put it in my account.
Just put it in my account.
But did you stare at it for a while, or did you
I should have took a picture of it, and selfies didn't exist back then.
Exactly,
right?
Selfies did. You and Venus also talked, and it was interesting to me, and it kind of led the charge on the men versus the women pay thing.
You sacrifice so much, just as much as the guy next to me that's training every day, but he gets to be paid more. How do you explain that?
Exactly.
And so I could never really understand that. So Venus and I definitely did a lot of work. And so at the Grand Slams, it's definitely equal. Other tournaments, it's almost there, which is fine too. We're getting there. But it's work in progress.
Yep.
Continue to fight the good fight.
As you looked at what am I going to do off the court, was there a blueprint or someone you saw that you were like, that's kind of how I want my business off the court to work? Well,
honestly, the only person I really wanted to be like was Billie Jean King, because I felt like she did so much from demanding equal prize money, which is why the only reason why the U.S. Open was the only Grand Slam that paid equal prize money was because of her and 13 other women that got together and they said, no, we want equal prize money. So I almost forget about the titles that she had. I always forget that she won 13 Grand Slam titles, and she was an amazing player because she did so much more than that. So she was someone that I always looked up to, and if I could even come close to that, I wouldn't even think I would ever be on that level, but if I could just go in that pathway is what I've always wanted to do.
You're one of the greatest athletes to ever walk the earth. Right up there with the likes of Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods and Muhammad Ali and LeBron James. Does that competitiveness transform off the court too?
Yeah, absolutely. Just for sheer will of wanting to be equal. Because if I were a man and my name was Serena Williams, it would be maybe a different story. Honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like if I'm able to open the door for the next person, that means a lot for me too, and hopefully they'll be able to do better than me. Not everyone has that opportunity, and I really am happy that I have that opportunity.
If you were to have a young daughter and she were to go on be an athlete, whether it be tennis or anything, What would success look like for you in the future as far as equal pay?
If my daughter were to play in a sport and she was able to have, equal prize money or equal pay or equal rights, I feel like that would be a success too. And if not, I would really want her to speak up for it. Well, any daughter of mine will have a voice.
But have you started to think about things that you want your child to learn that you didn't learn as a young age that you've now been able to learn that you will teach your child?
Honestly, if my kid can grow up exactly how I did, I couldn't be happier. I would love to give to my kid the values that my parents gave me. I think that's most important, and I think everything comes after that. I think you really starts with just building a great human being,
Absolutely.
great spiritual background, and honestly, I couldn't want anything more than that, what I had for my child.